Yo, Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it.
Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk is the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world most famous arena with a click. That's a conglomerate. The Knicks real talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that you don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books as they cook my game plan. Let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the links and for your mates. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, looking at Knicks City drip. The city decks is on the court, looking pretty legit. I say true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Hey, salute. What's good, everybody? What's going on? What's popping? Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. We in the building. Shaman Divine, man. Shy Powell is out tonight. Feeling a little under the weather, so I'm going to hold it down for the family tonight. Salute to my brother, Shy Powell, man. Get well. I hope you feel better soon. Salute to everybody, man. But I'm going to hold it down. Y'all pardon me for the technical difficulties here because I'm on vacation. I'm not in my studio, so things don't appear the same. I'm working off of gadgets that really don't equate to what I'm doing. But anyway, I'm still going to bring y'all Knicks Real Talk, man. We're going to get it popping. We're going to talk about that 115-102 victory last night down in New York City at the Mecca. The Knicks went in there and did what they had to do. They took care of the Orlando Magic, man, in a great game, man. Overall, we're going to get down to the box score, the stats, player performance, and everything, man. So it was a great night in the Garden last night, man. To see this team beat the team that I thought they would be, handle them the way I thought they would handle them. Had a lot of good things popping last night. The Garden was on fire. Everybody was into the game. And despite Orlando having a very good young team, the Knicks still came out and did what they had to do. So I'm happy about that. We gonna take it to 2-1 now. We got a game tomorrow against the Charlotte Hornets at the Mecca, at the world most famous arena. So we can, gonna go down there, try to get another W. But I was really excited about what I seen last night. I know I'm quite sure the chat. That's where it's at. Salute to Cash Out James, met Knicks fan for life. My man, once Nick, always Nick. Salute to everybody, man, for coming in tonight. Salute to my man, Shy Powell, as well. But yeah, I was extremely excited about last night, man. I watched the game, and I just think the Jalen Brunson thing is a big thing in New York right now, man. He's probably one of the top point guards in the league, the way he's playing right now. So salute to my man, Jalen Brunson. He really was holding down last night. A lot of good things I seen last night, and salute to R.J. Barrett not having a good first half, but he bounced back strong. Ended up with 20 points, plus 22 with the best plus overnight for everybody. So he really bounced back real well. So salute to R.J. Barrett, man, for really stepping up. But overall, man, so far so good with the Knicks season, ladies and gentlemen. We playing real well right now. The team is gelling. You can see the continuity and the chemistry starting to take place. Obi topping them with the behind the back pass. It's all good, man. So I'm really excited about what I seen last night overall. And the Jalen Brunson acquisition, probably the biggest free agent signing of the whole summer, bar none. I think that was the biggest signing, and I got to give credit to Harkenstein the way he contributed to. So we're going to get into all that, but we're going to break down the player performance, the stats for the game that night, and once Nick Randall got his head on right here, man. Randall's playing very good basketball right now for the Knicks. So you got to be super excited the way he playing ball. Overall, everybody's playing pretty well. Hopefully down the line we see a little bit more from Fournier, but he is doing some other things that's kind of helping him still contribute to what the team is doing. So salute to him. He might not be getting a lot of points right now, but he's still doing some of the little things that's really showing up in the plus box. Man, he was a +8 last night. But overall, I just think the Knicks is playing some good basketball. I'm excited about it. It's only 3 games, but we 2-1, and we the almighty 4th seed already. It's only 3 games into the season, so you got to be happy about that, man. But overall, what a gutsy performance, though. In the first half, Atlanta tried to kind of stay in the game, but we had too much for them. The game went kind of where I thought it was going to go last night. Now we talked about it on the Knicks pregame the past night. I was like, pretty much our front line should be dominant, and they were. Randall 25. Mitchell Roberts played a hell of a game. 14. RJ 20, and then you add Brunson's 21 in there. They really was getting it popping last night. So you got to really give credit to credit is due. Tibbs coached a good game last night. And it was good to see. Shao Powers, Randall last season had too many rolls, rebound, push the ball, and score. You're right, Shao Powers. Now he don't have to rely on a lot of that anymore. He got Jalen Brunson running the helm. He's really holding that thing down for us, man. So I think that makes Randall's game much better because that not so much responsibility. He can focus on the thing that he need to focus on, which is rebounding, passing the ball, scoring, and he was running the floor tremendously last night, man. It was some plays. I wish I could put the video highlights up tonight, man. Unfortunately, I'm not in the studio. I'm on vacation, but it was some good things popping last night, man. I'm quite sure you guys watched the game. You've probably seen a lot of highlights, so you understand where I'm coming from with this. But let's just just break it all down from the giddy up. I really got to give credit to what credit due, man. Tibbs' game plan this year looks pretty good. It looks pretty good this year. Tibbs got a good game plan going. I like the way he's using the rotations. I like the way Quickly and Cam and all these guys are getting down, man. It's just so good to see. And even though Derrick Rose, we don't need him, and I think Shot Power touched on this before the season started, but they probably don't use Rose a lot. And I think Shot Power, that's truth to power because they don't really need him like that right now because Quickly had a pop in. He playing a good role with the backup point, so that's good to see, man. I like the energy, that pace that my brother Shop Power always talks about. They were running that pace last night. The Knicks getting that ball off the rebound and they just running. Even when they just inbound the ball, they gone. And I like that. I think that is so important for the Knicks to do, to keep having that consistency like that. To keep doing that, man. So salute to the Knicks on that pace, man. I think that pace was going to separate us this year from last year because I think we're doing a good job of running that floor, man, and getting out there and getting them easy transition points. And what can I say about Jalen Brunson? This cat is the real deal. If anybody had any doubts about what he could do, and granted, it's been against lower echelon teams, but I can't wait till after the Charlotte game, especially if we prevail against Charlotte, and then we ready to go in there and play the big creme de la creme guys, you know what I mean? And the guys like that and the big teams like that who good, Milwaukee's of the world, the Nets of the world, all those guys who really got something they can get down with, man. So, but overall, you got to like that performance last night. I think I had 120 to 102 or 101, something of that nature. So I probably 6 points off last night. But I kind of knew this game would eventually go that way. They young and up and coming, talented, bowl, all those guys, they were doing their thing. But I just think they don't have enough experience to deal with the Knicks. And the way the Knicks is playing right now, I think they can go up against anybody. So they kind of worked out the way we thought it was going to work out last night, ladies and gents. They went in there, they handled their business, they took care of home court, they 2-0, they undefeated at home so far. So that's good. That's good money right there. And we just hope they can continue this thing, man, no matter who they play, and try to solidify that home court and take care of it. But overall, it was a good thing, man. It was just some exciting plays last night. I can't say enough about what these cats were doing. And Mitchell Robinson was dominant, like I thought he would be. I like them centers in Orlando that have nothing for Mitchell Robinson. I knew they didn't have nothing for him because they just don't got nobody who can hold Mitchell Robinson from his side of athleticism, his offense, rebounding. And the cat was really doing his thing, man. Salute to Mitchell Robinson. Block this monster had 3 blocks. He was killing it. They were doing their thing last night, man. So overall, it was a good win for the Knicks, and I'm happy about the way they performed last night. We just got to continue to keep playing the way we playing right now. And like I said, I go down and break down all the analytics and the numbers. But it was a lot of key things I seen last night, and the energy was electric. You know what I mean? It was electric. And some of you guys didn't get a lot of minutes, but the minutes they did get, they performed. Here was another crazy stat. Damn near everybody except for Derrick Rose was in the plus. And I think we spoke about this earlier in the pregame. I like, man, when the starting lineup and the benches in the plus, that's a hard team to beat. When we got our starters and our bench players performing at the plus, over the plus instead of the minus, Knicks is a hard team to beat. And other than Derrick Rose -10, everybody else, and he quickly was a 0. He wasn't a minus. He just was a straight 0. But he was dropping some dimes last night. Quickly had 8 dimes last night. And I think that was wonderful. 8 dimes, 6 rebounds. Quickly numbers was good. He was really doing this thing, and I like the way, he was getting that fast breaking ball, the transition alley-oops to Obi Toppin, seeing Cam Reddish on breaks. That one bounce pass from almost right over the half court, that when Cam Reddish got that layup, that was impressive. Quickly, you're seeing that ball real well, man. To my man, Nice was good, brother. Colorado in the building. Salute my man, Nice. Appreciate you getting in, my brother. Real talk. But it was good to see, man. Overall, it was a really good performance by the Knicks. They're still young. It's still early in the season. We can't get too high, get too low, but you got to take the peaks when the peaks is here. You got to take the value when the value is here. Right now, we on the peak. And we in these 2 games at home, we peaking. We beating teams by double-digit points. The numbers look good all across the board. The shooting numbers for the field goal percentage in the 2-point area. We got to work on that 3-point area because obviously right now the Knicks is not shooting too good for the 3-point area. But I think that'll come around. I think it's early in the season. It'll come around. We still only shoot 29%, but that'll come around. Field goal percentage looks pretty good at 72%, but we shooting 46.2 from the floor last night. 43 for 30, 43 for 93. So you got to take that 50 rebounds, 24 assists. We only had 13 turnovers, and we scoring in the double digits. So salute to the Knicks for really getting out there and beating the team that they're supposed to beat. We're supposed to beat the Detroit Pistons. We're supposed to beat the Orlando Magic. That's what we're here for. We separate ourselves by beating them teams like that. And salute to my man D. Cool. Salute to you. You're right. We really should be 4-0. I think we almost would be there to at least 3-0 anyway. But overall, you look at the game from Memphis and then taking it to the Garden. You're right. Once Nick over there, we should be undefeated. But that's all right, though. I like the way we fought in the first game. I like the way we handled Detroit, and I like the way we handled the Magic. Let's say, man, that's it. And that young team desperate for a win. And salute to Bonchero. He was doing his thing, but Cam Reddish put that boy in the donut once Cam Reddish got on him, though. I noticed that about last night. He was getting this thing off, but my man Cam Reddish was putting Bonchero in the donut for a minute there. Wow. So salute to Cam Reddish for playing both sides of the court, offense and defensively. He was doing his thing last night, man. And so I'm super excited about what popped last night, man. We just got to continue this thing and go on, take care of business in Charlotte tomorrow, go out there and handle their business. And if they do that, I think we'd be all right. I'm not too concerned about that. I think we will go in there and do what we got to do against Charlotte. And then once we do that, I think we'd be good to go. So I'm really super excited about what took place last night in New York last night, man. They playing good. Jalen Brunson is a difference maker. You can't say enough about that. He's definitely a difference maker in New York right now, man. Let's hope that we can keep this thing popping and keep moving up that ladder. Like I said, we haven't played the higher echelon teams yet. These guys who probably want to take from a man coming out of there, whatever his name is. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. But you know what I'm talking about, banana, whatever this shit is. I don't know. But they're gonna be looking at a lot of teams. Gonna be looking at tank for him. But I do believe that we did it the right way. Yeah, you're right, D. Cool. Some BS calls that they gave the Grizzlies that night. But it is what it is, man. That's that home court cooking. We'll live with that. But let me go through the box scores and break down everything about last night. And we're gonna get into the stats and everything. Let's go through that, and I'll tell you guys what I got up here and what I looked at from last night, what makes it good. You real talk. But if you look at the Knicks numbers last night, Julius Randle, 34 minutes, 10 for 19. He didn't shoot well for the 3-point frame, but that's all right. He had 3 for 5 foul techs. The cat had 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. He was a +4. He had 25 points. And I think that was impressive for Julius Randle. He was really in his bag. I think that brother Jalen Brunson made his game so easy to deal with. Now he don't have all the responsibilities as trying to handle the point guard situation because we didn't really have a true point guard last year. Now you're taking that load off of Julius Randle where he can focus on the things that he do best. Now, and it seems like he's reverted back to the 2020-21 Julius Randle. So salute to Julius Randle last night with the stats he had. And Mitchell Robinson last night. 30 minutes, 6 for 7 field goals, 2 for 5 from the charity stripe, 6 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, 3 blocks, 1 steal, +7, 14 points. Mitchell Robinson played a real dominant game in that post. They had nothing for him, and they couldn't do nothing with him. And I do believe that night that his shot is gonna come around. And I really say Fournier, and we get to his stats in a minute. But Knights put up a great point. He just got to get over that fever thing, playing in that fever, for all summer long. His legs probably a little bit still not under him yet. That's a lot of basketball coming off the regular season, into the regular season last year, going straight to the FIBA game and trying to play in there to win a gold for the FIBA team in France. So, he's been playing a lot of basketball. So I can understand him if he coming out a little sluggish like last year. But Jalen Brunson last night, 33 minutes, 8 for 60 shots, 50% from the field, 50% from the three-point line, had 100% for the charity stripe. The cat had 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, plus 17, 21 points. The cat was in his bag. I'm trying to tell you, that brother was really getting it. He's a difference maker in New York. We've been clamoring for a point guard for the longest. We finally got one, and you see the results so far. And like I said, granted, it might be against a lower echelon team, but that's all right. I do think that you beat who are in front of you, and then after tomorrow's game against Charlotte, then all the big guys come up. You really get a lot of good tests and everything. Evan Fournier last night, 27 minutes, 2 for 8, 2 for 8 from the 3, 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. I give him credit for his 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He was a +8 though, 8 points. I'm expecting more out of him once he get his legs together. Let's hope that Evan Fournier can really get it popped. If the numbers don't get higher than what they are, I'm gonna be concerned about that. When you got guys like Cam Reddish and Quick Grimes who can put them same numbers up. So I'm really hope he can get it together once his legs get back under him. So we're going to get Evan Fournier a pass right now in the season, because he's about the only one of the Knicks right now who played in the summer for the international team. So we got to just hope that eventually he gets it together and he get back into his rhythm and his groove. But for right now, you'll take that +8, because like I said, he is trying to play some defense a little bit. He's rebounding and assisting the ball. He's not being selfish. He's not just chucking up shots. And last but not least, R.J. Barrett, the most minutes, 38 minutes last night. Started 7 for 19, 3 for 7 from the three-point line, 3 for 4 from the field charity stripe. I'm happy about that right there. He really knocked it down at the charity stripe this year. I'm glad that he's doing it that way. And he shot 3 for 7 from 3. That's not bad at all. 7 for 19. You wish that you want that percentage to be up higher in the 2-point area. But overall, though, what I like about the RJ is that he came out the first half sluggish, but he bounced back strong. And that's how you end the game. He had 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Obviously, what the playmaking to get up. But with the acquisition of Jalen Brunson, it's hard when you got a guy like that who got the ball in his hand all the time. But he's still doing his thing. But he was a +22. RJ had the highest plus-minus on the team last night, because I think in that second half he really took control of that thing, and he helped keep Terrence Ross and Olave and Von Cherno guys in that second half under wraps a little bit. So salute to RJ Barrett for playing both sides of the ball and coming back in that second half and bouncing back and put up a +22 and 20 points. It looked like a quiet 20 points. You didn't really think that was 20 points last night, but literally, he had one stretch where he hit 2 threes in a row, the Obi dunk. The cat was getting it, man. So salute to RJ Barrett for bouncing back in that second half. For the bench was a plus all the way through, except for Derrick Rose. I'm happy about that as well. Obi Toppin, 14 minutes, 4 for 6 from the 2-point percentage, 0 for 1 from the 3-point percentage, 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, +9, 10 points, only in 14 minutes. Had probably one of the best passes of the season. Literally, that bounce pass back to RJ Barrett behind his back, which had the guard buzzing last night. I'm like, okay, Knicks is in their bag. Obi Toppin is in his bag. For all those who think he's just only a leak out type of player, only when he get leak out wrong. The reason why, even with that same play, he stripped my man. Jalen Brunson picked up the ball. Obi Toppin jetted out in the front, and RJ Barrett was trailing him. I don't even think RJ Barrett knew that Obi Toppin was about to get that pass to him. But when he did, RJ Barrett threw it down with ferocity, had the rebel yell, and the guard went crazy. That was a beautiful play by Obi Toppin. But he's doing some other things that don't really come up in the stat line that I like. That's what he's doing. So salute to Obi Toppin and for what he did game he had with only 14 points. Cam Reddish last night, 14 minutes, 3 for 4 field goals, 1 for 1 for 3-point. He didn't get to the charity stripe, but he had 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He was a +2 with 7 points. But there was some key points that he had last night. I think he really had some key points that really meant a lot, especially on the fast break with Manuel quickly with the bounce pass. I like one play where they swung the ball around the perimeter. He had the ball. He went to drive. He went up and he couldn't get it, so he kicked it out to some Brunson in the corner. I think that was Brunson swung it over quickly. quickly then tried to go in the lane. He swung it to Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish knocked down the 3-point shot. That was huge. You know what I mean? So that ball movement last night was pretty phenomenal. So I think you got to give him credit last night. Cam Reddish played a solid game. It's not so much about only scoring 7 points. It's the way he was involved in the whole offense and defensive scheme. I think that was pretty impressive. Yeah, Shaw Powell. That's real talk right there, man. And that brother, he just plays with passion, man. RJ is a quiet assassin, but when he in the game, you can hear him get that rebel yell on. He be in the game, so that's real talk right there. Shaw Powell. And Hartenstein, another excellent signing by the New York Knicks. A great pickup in the off season. 18 minutes, 2 for 5, 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. He had 5 rebounds, 4 offense. No, he had 9 rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, 1 steal, plus 6, 7 points. Between him and Mitchell Robinson, that center spot is pretty good in New York right now. So you got to be happy about what Hartenstein is bringing to the table. I think he's really making it real impactful from that center position, that front court in New York. When Mitchell Robinson comes out, he spells Mitchell Robinson. He comes right in there and kind of picks up where he left off from a certain standpoint. Obviously, his defense not stellar like Mitchell Robinson, but his offense game definitely helps out by stretching the floor and opening up lanes and things of that nature. So you got to be real excited about what he's bringing to the table. Salute to him. Other than that, Derrick Rose, he only had 9 minutes last night, 1 field out of 4 shots. In that one shot with a 3-point attempt, he knocked it down too. Everything else he was a -10, but they didn't need him pretty much, and that's good. And last but not least, Emmanuel Quickly, 23 minutes. He didn't even shoot he didn't shoot well last night, but what he did do, his distribution was on point. He had 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 steal. He had 2 turnovers, which is not bad. He didn't score, but he played a significant part of that game last night, believe it or not. Not scoring, but still having 8 assists and 6 rebounds. And we talked about that in the pregame show, that it's like, if you're not scoring, do the other things that helps the team win. And that's a prime example of what Emmanuel Quickly did last night. He did not score the ball, but he had 8 assists. So really, he contributed to almost 16 or something points. The assist is either going to be 2 points or 3 points, depending on what shot you take. So that's why, to me, I like what he did last night, because even though he didn't have an offense game going, he still contributed in a lot of other ways. 8 assists and 6 rebounds. You can't be mad at that. So salute to Emmanuel Quickly. Everybody else was they didn't play a coach's decision for Sims, McBride, Sebi, and Arthur Sindo. They didn't play last night. Coach's decision, not they were injured or anything. But overall, last night, Knicks shot 46% from the floor, which was good. Which I think me and Shaw Powell talked about that we want to see them shoot around the 45%. Well, they shot 46% last night. 3-point, they didn't do well. They only shot 29% last night. 0.7. They did all right for the charity strike. They shot 72%. We know obviously some of that going to be on Mitchell Robinson probably, and some of our bigs. But overall, they did what they had to do. They handled their business last night. They won the game. They beat the team they were supposed to beat. So tomorrow going into the World Most Famous Arena, we got the Charlotte Hornets. Let's hope that we can really do what we did. I think we take care of that business as well. I think the Knicks will come up out of this thing 3-1, and then we get ready to take on the next game that we have moving on, and then we got some pretty stiff competition coming up after that. So we want to see the Knicks get ready to get back at it and beat these teams they're supposed to beat. But I'm happy about it. We come out of there, win tomorrow. The Knicks is undefeated in the Garden. That's what we was really talking about. That how are the Knicks going to maintain or hold down that home court advantage? And so far, so good. I mean, granted, the team they played is lower echelon, like I said, but you beat who in front of you, so I can't be mad at that. But I like the way they playing, man. I really do, man. It's a lot of energy popping in New York right now, and you got to be happy about the camaraderie, the chemistry, and everything they playing. The way they playing together, they are really getting down, man. Real talk. And but man, some of them played that. But I got to say that with that, Jalen Brunson is another beast, man. He is a difference maker, and these cats is not talking about no playing. From what I hear about these cats, when I'm listening to these cats in their interviews, I'm listening to Julius Randle, I'm listening to Brunt. These cats ain't talking about no playing. They ain't trying to hear that. These cats ain't not trying to hear it. And I'm hoping that they keep playing the way they're playing and do the same thing against obviously you're not going to beat the upper echelon teams and blow them out. But if you be in these games against the Milwaukee's and the Nets and you win or lose by 1 or you win by 2, that's enough for me. That lets me know that they competing against anybody. So if the Nets play Milwaukee and they go down to Milwaukee in the next couple of days, but they lose the game by maybe 2 or 3 or 4, I'm satisfied. Because that means that we went in Milwaukee with a team that's supposed to be way better than us, and we stuck in there like we did in Memphis, and we could have won the game. You know what I mean? So we just got to hope that they keep playing the way they're playing. Because I think it's important that this pace is amazing. Jalen Brunson is on another level. I mean, this cat got the more dog in him than I ever thought. I know he had it, but this cat is on a different level. And then when he got that steal last night, he put it behind his back. Then he gave Randall that pass in the middle of the lane. How many Knicks players last year would have did that? Think about this here, guys. This is real talk. How many Knicks point guards last year would have did what Jalen Brunson did at half court, throw it behind his back to avoid the defense, and then with the no-look pass of Julius Randle running down the middle, and Julius Randle slams it and throws it down. You're not getting that last year. You're not getting that. You know what I mean? If you're not getting the way he get in that lane and with his footwork and his maneuver, that mid-range game, the floaters, all that. And his defense is pretty well this year. So I think you got to give Jalen Brunson credit for not give Jalen Brunson credit. Give Leon Rose credit. Give Scott Perry credit. Give Worldwide Western credit for bringing that young man over here, despite all these tampering allegations and all that crazy stuff. To me, that was the best signing of the offseason. Here's why. It meant more to any team than any other all signing to me. You think all those people who got signed to other teams this year, I think Jalen Brunson had the biggest impact on this New York Knicks team than any free agent signing period this summer. Real talk. Or trade, whatever. Other than Donovan Mitchell, that was a trade. That wasn't a free agent signing. But that was a big free agent signing for us. Because a lot of people was like, yeah, we'll take De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, we'll take this guy. Nah, we got the dog that we needed. Somebody got the 90s Knicks in him, fit the pedigree. He fit the culture, and he's playing like it. So salute to Jalen Brunson, man. What a signing for the Knicks, man. We haven't had a cat like that since, Lord knows, I don't know how it went, like 10, 15 years or whatever. But for him to come in here and pay dividends already, dividends off the door. He's about winning. Now, I always said to myself, listen, one thing about Jalen Brunson, he's a winner. And we want winners. We don't want cats who can throw up numbers. Anybody can throw up numbers. We want winners in New York. Somebody going to make a difference on this team when it comes to the get down. And I think that was it, man. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. I'm at Bitten. Salute to you. Salute to what's Nick, always a Nick, my man. Salute to you, my man Tim. I throw the link up in there. You cats can hop on in a minute. I'm on my phone, so you're part of me. My brother Shop Powell is kind of ill and resting tonight. I got holding it down for my family. You know how we do. But this ain't Nick's Real Talk without my man Shop Powers. But Shop Powell feel better, man, and get better. And I see you when you're ready to get back in here, because that's my partner in crime. They ain't no without no Shop Powell. We don't do this thing like we do. But salute to D Cool, everybody. The chat is where it's at. But I do like that, man. You know what, Bitten? I really believe if they continue to play the way they play, I hope I'm saying it right, Bitten. If they continue to play the way they play, and they battle against the upper echelon team, I can see the Knicks at the 6th seed. I can see them at the 6th right now. A lot of people had them at the play-in. I don't think so. I got to think the Knicks locked at the 6th seed at least. I'm going to go 6 to 8 right now, and they could change, any minute now. But I do got them landing between 6 and 8. I don't think we go to no play-in. I think the Knicks are the playoff team, like I've been saying all year long. That Jalen Brunson made a big difference. Mitchell Robinson coming out the gate playing with it, being healthy. And RJ haven't hit his groove totally yet. And think about if Evan Fournier hit his groove, he haven't even fit his groove yet. If Evan Fournier finally get the Evan Fournier legs under him like he did the second half of the season, he ain't even reached his potential for the season yet. So it's a lot of things that we still working on. I like what we got. We got a strong team. We got a deep bench. Them cats play together. The chemistry is amazing. It's so much unselfishness going on in New York right now that we haven't seen this in a minute. Think about last year, and it's no knock on Julius Randle, because Julius Randle and RJ pretty much had to carry the bulk of that load last year for that team. But think about that was RJ Barrett, Julius Randle last year, because Derrick Rose went down. Now you got Jalen Brunson help carrying that load. That makes this team significantly even better. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do see us really getting this thing popping. Like you said, Cash Out, when Grimes get back, it's gonna be interesting, man. We're really what it is because when Grimes get back, cash out, it's gonna be who don't get no minutes, who get minutes, and I'm giving Tibbs his flowers right now because Tibbs is really giving minutes. He's making these cats play less minutes, and we all talked about that. That was one of our biggest pet peeves. Other than RJ last night, but he's gonna let his horses play the minutes they need to play. Them are the stars and the better players. But I do like the way he got this thing set right now. I think Cam Reddish is going to continue to ascend. I'm loving the way Quickly playing. I'm loving the way Obi getting this energy up. This team is going to be a problem if they keep growing. I just want to see them against the upper echelon competition. See how we pan out against the upper teams. But from what I'm seeing right now, the Knicks is good, bro. They're good. And I kind of expected having that guy like Jalen Brunson to take the load off of Julius Randle and let Julius Randle not have to be the guy who would force initiate the offense. Now he got a true point guard who initiates the offense. And know what? Julius Randle is falling in line and following his lead. RJ Barrett following his lead. These guys are really playing unselfish basketball in New York. And it's kind of showing in the stats that these guys have had 28 assist games, 24 assist games. They rebounding real well. I like what I'm seeing. I just hope that we can keep it going. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Like Shot Power said, run them up with the thumbs up. Tell a friend. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. I'm in the building. It's the blind. And on the other half would have been Shot Power, but my brother right there to chat. He's the visible panel with the rest of the panel tonight. He's the visible panel tonight, but that's my brother. Because when he on the street, we get it popping. So salute to the Knicks, man. Real talk, man. We got a game tomorrow in the world most famous arena, same time, same place, 7:30 against the Charlotte Hornets. A little more now. The competition gets better now. Now we're going to see what this team is made of because now the competition in the next couple of weeks, in the next 10 games, they get better. They're better competition. They more stronger team. But to me, it's just a litmus test. If the Knicks come out the next 10 games 5-5, you got to, and we playing all these dominant teams that we playing. You got to be happy about that for sure because I think that's what's going to set the precedent for us. It's just to compete against these upper echelon teams. A lot of people don't even got to. A lot of people got the Knicks barely making a play, and I think that's hogwash or whatever you want to say, bogus. I think the Knicks ain't that type of team. They defense gonna get better. They're gonna get more chemistry, and like I said, don't let Evan Fournier start getting his thing popping. We right now, like Tim said in the press conference the other day, the biggest thing right now is our 3-point shooting. We got to get them numbers up. We get that 3-point shooting number up. And we go ahead and keep our defense stellar around the perimeter. Everywhere else, we pretty solid. We pushing the pace. We playing good bully ball in the middle. Mitchell Robinson, him and Hartenstein kind of hold down the back end of that front line, the best they can. Mitchell Robinson 3 blocks last night. I'm like, man, So I'm excited about the way they play right now. We just got to keep this thing going and hope that it all translates to W's. It's all about the W's, man. Like Julius Randle said, it's not about stats, it's about wins. Them cats want to win. And that's the attitude I think that Jalen Brunson brings to this team. He's played winning basketball. All he want to do is win. He's not trying to be the man. He don't care about being the man. He just wants W. And Jalen Brunson, the 2-time national champion in Villanova. He went to the Dallas Mavericks Western Conference Finals. You know what I mean? He's about winning. And now when that rubs off on all our other players, they got that same mindset that it don't matter who scored much that night. It's the most important status that we come out with that W. And I think right now, I think that's what they on. So I'm really excited about that, man. Salute to the Knicks, man, for trying to hold it down and playing good basketball. They beat the team that we're supposed to beat. And that's more important. You know what I mean? We beat Detroit, we're supposed to beat them. Atlanta, we're supposed to beat them. We did that. So that tells me that we're in the right direction. It could have been different. It would have been if we'd have won that game 115 or 113. I'd have been upset. I would have been happy with the win, but I would have been upset because Atlanta don't even have a lot of players that they supposed to be having anyway. That's why I predicted this game to be kind of like a blowout. Because I'm like, listen, Atlanta don't even got Jonathan Isaac. They don't got Fultz. They don't got a couple of guys down there that could really get down. So I was expecting these guys to come out there and handle their business last night. Real talk. Salute to my man Canal, E. Gibson, everybody. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Y'all make sure y'all run them up with a thumbs up for your boy, the blind man. Nick Real Talk. Let's get it. We in the building. Salute to my man Shot Power, KJ, and everybody, man. They out on assignment. Shot Power is resting, trying to get himself back together. He got a little illness going on, but he good. I know how that brother roll. He's strong. He'll be all right. But But yeah, man, I'm happy so far. I really am, man. I'm excited. This season is different from last year. It feels different. It feels different in a lot of ways. Real talk, man. And so let's just hope that these cats can continue to keep prospering and keep it going, man. And I think if they could do that, and we'll be good to go. So let's hope that this thing is really takes off for the Knicks, man, and they get it popping. And we next thing you know, we're gonna be in a playoff contention. Because like I said, you got a lot of teams right now. A lot of them not. They up and down. I mean, look at the Nets. They up and down. You look at a lot of these teams in the East. They up and down. Even like last night, Boston they took an L last night. Chicago gave them the business. You know what I mean? They only shot like I think Boston shot like 33% in the second half. So that was abysmal. So ain't nobody guaranteed anything. On any given night, you can get your butt spanked if the team come out against you and play hard. And so far, I think that's what it looks like to me. That this East gonna be different. And like everybody said, the East got better. But you know what? The Knicks got better too. And I think we had one of the best acquisition signings of anybody on in the all season. So it is paying dividends with the numbers. Jalen Brunson's numbers and his impact is more impressive. Not even about the numbers. It's just his impact. Jalen Brunson's impact on the Knicks cannot be underestimated. What he's doing for that team, that cat. I mean, his savvy is unbelievable, man. I mean, real talk, man. I really haven't seen a point guard in New York like that in a long time, and I'm going back to the '70s Knicks. You know what I mean? That's how long I've been a part of this thing, man. And I haven't really seen a point guard who can make an impact on a team like the way he is making right now. So salute to Jalen Brunson. I hope it continues. And I hope you stay healthy and all that good stuff, man. And I really believe that a Nick fan for Let's Go. I believe once the Knicks get in the playoffs, and I think they're gonna get there. Real talk, man. Justin, you dead on with that. That's where you know what? That's what it feels like. That he does feel like the '90s Knicks style. You know, his dad played on that '90s Knicks era. You know what I mean? His dad sitting there right there on the bench. Jalen Brunson grew up through that '90s Knicks era. You know what I mean? And even in that '90s era, guess who was assistant coach? Tom Thibodeau. Jalen Brunson's dad played under Tom Thibodeau in New York. That's what give me this feeling about Justin King, like you said. These cats got that '90s Knicks type of ball game in him. He gritty, he grimy, he go hard, and he making an impact on his team, man. So, salute to him, man. I got to get that cat his flowers all night if I have to, because I think he's really making a big difference. So, that was good, man. It was good to see last night. I'm not mad at anything last night. I like the competitive in this team, man. Pretty much I would say the Orlando's biggest quarter was the second quarter. They scored 31 points. And in the first half, they had 28 in the first quarter, 31 in the second quarter. But after that, the Knicks shut them down. 23 in the third, or only 20 in the fourth. We did pretty well in the first quarter, 34 points, 31 in the second, 31 in the third. We didn't score that many in the point with 19 in the fourth quarter. But some of them baskets was impact scoring that happened. Like that Obi Toppin back behind the back pass at RJ Barrett, that electrified the Garden. That Jalen Brunson behind the back, the looter defender, and then kept Julius Randle coming down the middle with that two-handed tomahawk, that two-handed slam dunk. That stuff electrified the crowd. It gets the energy buzzing. You can see the bench hopping up off the bench, acting like, wow, this shit's crazy. So, real talk, man. The cat go hard, man. So let's see, man. Let's see how they go against Charlotte tomorrow. You got better competition. Obviously, you're going to have Terry Rozier out there. I don't think LaMelo Ball might be playing. He might not. He might be. Usually, when when you come into Madison Square Garden, the Cats want to finally get healthy and be able to play that night. They're going to the world most famous arena and the bright lights of Broadway. But we handle them Cats tomorrow, sitting at 3-1, man. About to go on the road and really try to play some of these higher echelon teams. And for that matter. I'll throw out some of them teams and I'll let you know what I'm talking about on our schedule moving forward for the next couple of games after this right here. We got a pretty daunting schedule, man. This is where we really test who we are as a team. And I think you're right, Cash Out. They creep up and surprise everybody just like the Giant Flax. That's real talk right there. The Knicks is on that giant. What I would say. They on that roll like the Giants. They got that same type of thing, that vibe. That's what I want to say. They got the same vibe going like the like the Giants, man. Salute to the New York Giants, man. They got it popping. Real talk about people that they doing their thing. I'm happy about the way the Giants play football as well. So, like I said, we do got the Hornets tomorrow, and after the Hornets, we roll into the big dogs, and that's where we're gonna get tested at. But I'm up. I think the Knicks are up for it. I really do believe that. They're gonna be up for the challenge, and I think they're ready for it. I can feel it in the way they play basketball, and the way they talk in the press conferences, and the way all season long, even on the all season, ladies and gentlemen, with the way the Knicks was getting the shape, the 6-packs Knicks. I call it 6-pack Knicks because everybody's stomach that they had 6-packs up in there. They were doing their thing. But you look at we got the Charlotte Hornets coming up. Then after Charlotte, we go to Milwaukee. We at Milwaukee, at Cleveland. Then we got the Atlanta Hawks. Then we got the Philadelphia 76ers. Then we got Boston at the Garden. We got Minnesota on the road. We got Brooklyn. Think about these next between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next 6 games at the 7 at the Charlotte, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Atlanta, Philly, Boston, Minnesota, Brooklyn. If the Knicks get through this stretch right here, over 500, we good. Because think about it. Milwaukee's projected to be top 4. Cleveland going to be at least they projected to be top 6 probably. Atlanta's going to make some noise. Philly going to be top 6. Boston going to be top 4. Minnesota's going to be making noise out there in the West. And Brooklyn should be top 4 or 5 or whatever. So this is going to be this part of the schedule, excuse me, where we come through this next stretch, man, and we come out of this thing on over 500 or 500. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll take one game under 500. I really would. You know what I mean? But if we come out of this thing at 500 or better, that's the reason why you say the Knicks are the playoff team right there. We play all playoff contenders. Everybody from Milwaukee all the way down to Brooklyn in this span of the next 7 games, all possible playoff contenders. Where Milwaukee got a chance to win a ring. You got to put Boston because they was in the Western Conference Final. Like they got a chance to win a ring. Brooklyn with the team they got, they can win a ring. So we playing against cats who literally can win a ring next year. Let's just hope that we just stir the ship in the right direction and overcome this stuff and go in there and get busy and get it popping. And I think we could do that. So it should be fun. It really should be real fun, man. I'm excited. I really am, man. Let's go in there. And obviously when we go to Cleveland on October 30th, Donovan Mitchell, he gives us a happy 4-4 next 8. But one game at a time. Real talk. Yeah, man. But I do like it, man. I like that because we can come 500 come out in the next couple of games 500. That says a lot to me. It really does. It lets me know that these cats they got a real competitive nature. They gritty. They ain't settled down. The mental game kind of showed me where they was at for their toughness and their grittiness. They beat down that many points to come back in that second half and only lose by 3 in overtime, which they could have won that game. We went for cheating refs and some crazy calls. Not cheating refs, misblown calls by the refs. I won't never call them cheaters, man, because that's a hard game to ref when you got all the things happening and you miss. But let's just say some unfortunate call that didn't go our way or a missed call, we would be undefeated right now. But so I do like the competitiveness of the team that they are out there competing and fighting and scrapping. That's what we want to see. That's all we want to see at the Knicks fan base. You know how New York City roll. We just want to see y'all go hard. Regardless of what the outcome of the score be, you go out there and go hard. You always got a chance to win in the game, and that's what Tom Thibodeau team this year reminded me of, like that 2020-21 team. They went out and played hard every night, and that's the reason why they won 41 games. And I think Jalen Brunson is better than Alfred Payton. I think he's better than Kemba Walker at this stage in his career. Alex Burks, all of them. This cat is a difference maker. So you got to add another 5 or 6 wins just by Jalen Brunson alone. Literally, he makes us 5 or 6 wins better than last year. We won 37 last year. Now with everybody being healthy, and Randall playing the way Randall playing. And Randall didn't have a bad season last year, 20-10-5 or 29-5, 9.9. I'm going to give him 10. I don't care what they say out there, what the analytics say. 20-10-5 on a subpar year, he still put up 20-10-5. Right now, he look like he's the Julius Randle that's in that bag from a couple of years ago. So let's see how it goes. I'm super excited. It's not being a homer. We just going to deal with facts right here. Right now, the Knicks is playing good basketball. If they wasn't, they wouldn't be the 4th in the East in the East right now. So let's see 3 games in. They look good. We take all the positive, we work on the negative. But right now, a lot of the positives about the Knicks outweigh the negatives. One thing I can say about that, whether you are a homer or you're not a homer, if you just look at the facts and the numbers don't lie. The Knicks positives outweigh the negative by a long shot this year. The only negative I see right now, we got to get that 3-point shooting up in that perimeter defense. Other than that, there ain't too many glaring weaknesses on the Knicks. So it's pretty interesting to see how they continue this thing. But it changes against the Milwaukee when you got Giannis. You got Giannis, not Bankero. You got Giannis. You don't got Terrence Ross. You got Chris Middleton. You know what I mean? You got Drew Holiday. So it's a different monster they going up against. You know what I mean? Then you go up to Cleveland. You got Donovan Mitchell and Garland and Evan Mobley, and it's a different animal. So now we're gonna test and see what our boys are really made of. But I think they up for the challenge. We'll see how it goes, man. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Salute to you guys, man. Hey, man, I sent the link out there, Tim and all you guys. I don't know why I'm on my phone, so y'all apologize for that if y'all not getting it. But I did copy it to put it in the chat. But for some reason, it's not getting in there, man. So I apologize for that if y'all don't get it. So y'all could have got on and got in here with the brother. We get it popping. But anyway, I'm happy about the results last night. The matchups went the way I thought they would. I thought Mitchell Robinson would be dominant. I thought Julius Randle would be dominant, and I thought RJ would be dominant. And I said I wanted to see that matchup with Jalen Brunson and Cole Anthony and them. Jalen Brunson dominant. So I think all the chips fell the way they're supposed to have felt, and everything landed the way they're supposed to have landed. So let's keep it going, man. Let's just keep this thing rolling. I'm super excited about it, man. Real talk, man. And tomorrow, like I said, we win that, we'd be good. Let me get some flowers to Tom Thibodeau. Let's talk about Tom Thibodeau tonight. We wanted to run Tom Thibodeau up out of here last year, but sometimes you got to remember, talent makes a difference. Talent makes a difference. I don't care who you. I don't care if you Greg Popovich. I don't care if you Phil Jackson. I don't care if you Eric Spoelstra. I don't care who you are. You only can win with talent. You know what I mean? And last year, because we didn't have the talent with the injuries and everything, we didn't have the talent. You know what I mean? And I think this year, with the acquisition of Jalen Brunson, Hartenstein, and now some of our guys who came back, they playing better. The talent is better. So that's going to be the results, because the more talent you got, the better you are. And like I said, Phil Jackson coached good, great, but he had Michael Jordan. Popovich can coach good, but he had Tim Duncan. You know what I mean? And on and on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? So it's really about make sure you got talent around you. But I do like the talent that we have. And we the hardest fan base in the world. We very knowledgeable fan base. We critique our team. Some of it could be feelings and emotions. Some of it just could be that way. But we are really knowledgeable fan base, and we really try to see what's really popping with our team. And and if you take the feelings and emotions from the side and we deal with the numbers, last night, it was pretty amazing. You know what I mean? So you gotta feel good about the way they playing ball right now. Jalen Brunson 9 assists last night. Randle 11 rebounds. Randle 24 points. Against Memphis, and then last night and the other night in Detroit, quickly 20 points. Hartenstein 11 rebounds, quickly 7 assists. Then last night in Orlando, Randle 25 points, 12 rebounds, quickly 8 assists. Now let's see how that thing changes against the big dogs. You know what I mean? But if this is any indication that they're going to be playing this way, but the numbers might go down a little bit because of stiffer competition, you got to take that. If the numbers go down just a little bit gradually against the big dogs, you take that, because you say they put up some quality numbers against the team that they should beat, and maybe against a team that they don't supposed to beat. If they can get close to these numbers, then the Knicks going to be better than people think they are. And I think that's what I would base it off of myself. And I think that makes a difference, man. So salute to the Knicks and salute to the organization, man. But not fooling with the Donovan Mitchell thing. They just say, you know what, we ain't gonna give up the farm for them. We want them, but if we don't get them, then we just keep on moving on. We still think we got a talented team here, and I think that made a big difference. And salute the front office for not giving up on a team and giving up on a guy that's there when the deal didn't go down. Now look at the results. Everybody calm down. They're not getting traded right now, and they all comfortable in their settings. They're doing their thing. So salute to New York Knicks, man. Keep this thing rolling, and we keep supporting. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. God, run them up with a thumbs up, man. I'm in here dropping this knowledge. I know I'm dropping these gems up here. Come on, hit them thumbs up. Tell your boys and your girls, your friends, hit that subscribe button. Get Knicks Real Talk up to the high echelon. And we're going to keep this thing popping all year long. We're going to get better as time goes on. We're going to keep getting better. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep prospering. And then we want to be in this thing to the end, man, because this going to be Knicks playoff season. Book this. Y'all heard me already say it on Knicks Real Talk on October 25th. Knicks will be a playoff team. I already said that before. I just want to reiterate and validate what I'm saying. They're validated when they get there, but I'm going to reiterate this here. Knicks will be a playoff team. And then I eat my crow later if it don't happen. You know me, I put the sweet baby rays on and eat the crow. So you know, but I'm pretty comfortable with the way the Knicks playing and the thing that I see that they wasn't doing last year that they doing this year makes a big difference. We wasn't running like we running last year. You know, we wasn't running last year like we running this year. I apologize for that. You know, we got a point guard this year that we didn't have last year. We got a healthier team this year that we didn't have last year. And we still won 37 games. So, you know, you got to kind of take all the positive and put that to the equation, take all them variables, then implement it into what we doing this year that we didn't do last year. And I think you can see what I'm talking about. Cash Out said this team this team ain't going to be a different guy every single night that goes off. Absolutely. That's 100% right there. And some nights it's going to be multiple players that's going off. We good. Facts, Cash Out. We got the depth. The depth on this team is tremendous, man. It's like, you know what? Any given night, you know, somebody could pop for the Knicks. And even if Julius Randle have a bad night, that means that night RJ and Brunson might got to pop it. If RJ don't have a good night, that means Brunson and Randle might get it popping, and so on and so on. And what the bench is doing, I think Amanda Quickly's shutting a lot of doubters up right now. I believe that, you know, so we got to see how this thing keep moving forward, and hopefully it translates to wins. And if that's the case, we'll be in a good spot, man. But I'm loving every bit of it, and I know you guys are, ladies and gents. I know you guys as well, man. So let's just hope this thing continue to grow and they keep just getting better. The name of the game, just keep getting better. Keep getting better. It's early in the season. It's only 3 games. You know, we still got 79 to go. You know what I mean? But just keep getting better. Every game you play, just get better. You know what I mean? If you get better every game you play, that means that in the second half of the season, once you done play just about every team in the NBA once already, then the next time you play them, you know, because you got better and you learned a lot in that process, you might be able to beat them the next time. A lot of these teams last year, we played pretty well. We played Boston well last year. We played Milwaukee well last year. A lot of these teams that's out there, that we played them pretty well last year. And we would leave pretty much a depleted, injured team without a true natural point guard because Kemba Walker didn't play enough. So, you know, I do think that this could be some good things happening. We just got to see how the rest of the East goes. It's deep. But this schedule right here, if the Knicks come out of this next schedule, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm gonna say the next 10 games. If the Knicks come out of these next 10 games over 500, I'm happy. Obviously, you know, we got Milwaukee and Cleveland on the road. The next 2 games at the Charlotte on the 28th and the 30th, we got Charlotte and Milwaukee on the road. They're going to be some really tough, difficult games to play. But we do have Atlanta in New York on the 2nd. Then we only break down the turnpike to Philadelphia on the 4th, but that's a back-to-back. That 5th on that Saturday, we got Boston at the Garden. Then we go to Minnesota and Brooklyn. Then we back home for Detroit. So I think a lot of these games we can win. I think we can win some of these games. The main thing is that all of them games, we got 1, 2, 3 of them games are going to be, 4 of them games are going to be at the Garden. Detroit, Oklahoma City, Boston, and Atlanta. You just got to win them. You got to win them home games. We win them home games, and I take care of that home court. If the Knicks come out of here in the next 10 games, when it's all said and done, if we only lose 1 or 2 games at home, hopefully it's only 1. Man, it's real talk. Salute to my man John, still Knicks fan. You know what it is, my brother John. Salute to you, my man, always. I know my man Ron and John got a popping, man. You can go get the NBA report. You can get still Knicks fan. They're my RJs, right? That's the RJs right there. RJ Barrett, Ron and John, number RJ. That's I call them the RJ Barrett of this joint because they be doing anything. Salute to you, Ron. Appreciate you coming in, brother. Real talk, man. And yeah, man, but it's looking good so far, Ron. It's looking good so far, Ron, in the chat. We just got to keep it going. We got to keep looking, keep doing what we're doing. Just prosper step by step. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cut the corners. Do like the New York Giants is doing. I said to everybody, and if you had to go back in the chat and check some of my shows, I told everybody, I like, listen, Giants will be better than people think they're gonna be. I was like, I guarantee you, the Giants, people are going to sleep on the Giants this year because they had some quality players. They brought in a quality coach, which I think right now, I think Brian Dable is the coach of the year in the NFL, hands down. So a coach makes a difference, and that's when Tibbs came in 2021. We won those 40 games. A coach makes a difference, and now that's what's happening with the Giants. Brian Dable makes a difference. You know what I mean? So I'm really super excited about that. And I think the Knicks is the Giants. I want the Knicks to be the Giants of the NBA this year. You know what I mean? The Giants of the NBA this year. People didn't think that we're gonna be this, but when we got Thibodeau and we had and think about this here, Leonard Wayne has been out for a minute. A jury, he ain't even been playing. You know what I mean? We lost a couple of guys, but no wide receivers, and they still balling. Well, that's where the Knicks is on to me. Watch when Quentin Grimes get back into this thing, man, and then that perimeter defense comes much better. You know what I mean? When he gets back, that perimeter defense, him and Cam Reddish, and quickly, and Obi playing some good defense, man. I got to give him his flowers too. That strip that he had last night, then Jalen Brunson got that ball. He threw that ball to RJ behind his back and dunked it. That all started with an Obi top of strip in the middle, in the center of the paint. So even Obi playing a little bit better defense. This team is locked in. So I'm hoping that, the Knicks will repeat what the Giants is doing. New York had a good year in sports this year. The Mets made it to the playoffs. Granted, they lost. The Yankees made it there. We know what the Rangers did. Right now, the Knicks is playing good. So I'm super excited about what's going on there, man. And let's hope that we keep this thing going in New York, man. But we need our New York Knicks to bring us back to the playoffs. Now, I think one for injuries last year, we would have made it there. Even last year, we would have made it. But I think Derrick Rose and Nerlens Noel and Kemba Walker, that's a lot of firepower to take off a team. And I think that's where it happened to us last year. And plus, other than the fouls, the free throw shooting and the field goal percentage in the 2-point area, everybody in the league shot damn bad from there last year, but we shot only 40-some%, 41%, something like that. So it really didn't help us last year. But I think this is a new day, a new era. This team is ready. They locked in. They got a floor general, which is a quarterback. Now he know how to get the ball to these wide receivers. Jalen Brunson, right now, him and Daniel Jones got a pop in New York. Them the quarterbacks in New York. You know what I mean? They got a pop and they hitting these boys where they need to hit them at. So I'm excited about that, man. Jalen Brunson is the real deal, man. Thank you, Leon Rose, for getting that brother up in here. He's paying dividends for sure. But it's good, man. I just wanted to get on tonight, man, and having the post game recap and talk about what happened last night, man. And we got all these great content creators. I'm quite sure y'all pretty much heard everything that I'm telling y'all, but you're just hearing it from a Knicks Real Talk perspective. You know what I mean? No hyperbole, straight facts. You know what I mean? Numbers don't lie. Even the Jets, you ain't kidding. I hate they lost my man, that young brother, the running back, man. He went down with that torn MCL, ACL. He's going to be out for the rest of the year. I think they just signed Robinson from the Jaguars. They went and signed that running back for the Jaguars. So that's somebody who kind of fill a void. I don't know if he's going to make up what he did, but that brother for the Giants was running that ball in the backfield. The rookie coming in the Giants, they did a good thing. So Soul and all them guys got the Giants and the Jets. Dable got the Giants playing good. Soul got the Jets playing good. They just got to keep it moving, man. New York is lit right now. And so you got to be proud of what's happening in New York right now. Rangers is the Rangers. They playing good. Hopefully they can get to the Stanley Cup again. So but I'm looking at the orange and blue though, man. The orange and blue gonna be on point. Do not sleep on the Knicks this year. And this ain't no homerism talking. I'm just being real. I just think this team is better, way better than last year from a lot of reasons. Injury wise, talent wise, comfortable guys being comfortable. Cam Reddish came in here last year at the trading deadline, and with a little bit of injury. But this year, Cam Reddish got a whole offseason to get acclimated with the Knicks. Obi Toppin had a whole offseason to get better. Mitchell Robinson came into last season off a 9-month hiatus with a messed up foot. Didn't even get to play training camp. Now Mitchell Robinson comes in this year fully healthy with a training camp. So that's different than last year. So and they added some key acquisitions to the team. So we don't have to depend on McBride and Jericho Sims. Remember last year, guy, we went, well, let's play Jericho Sims, let's play McBride. Nah, not this year, bro. We got some dogs up in there. We got guys who just for that reason they won't be able to play, but that's all right because they still young. They still only in their second year. But right now, this team is loaded, man. They deep team. If they keep doing what they're doing, you will see the results. So let's hope that they can keep battling in the East, man, and get up in that 6th seed or higher. Anything can happen, but I like their mentality. I like what they talking about in the press conference. I like the way Julius Randle talking in the press conference. I love with Jalen Brunson the way he's talking. He ain't talking about no playing. These cats is not talking about no playing. We might be talking about the playing or people that's not on the team, but in that locker room, they got bigger aspirations than that. So we got to salute them for feeling that way. You always want to think that you're going to be better. You always want to go for your highest goals. I would never want any Knicks playing that locker room talking about that. Are we here to try to go in the play-in? Man, I would be so upset. You don't never go settle for less. You always want the best. And I think these cats striving to be the best. And that's why they're not settling for less. These cats want to go somewhere. And I think if it all come together, they got a chance to do that. And I really do. So let's hope that it keeps growing and it keeps the maturation keeps growing and keep getting better. And we'll take it from there. But overall, though, last night on the post-game recap, it was a good game. Solid, entertaining game. I like what I've seen from a lot of players out there. Not so much how many points they scored, but everything else they did in the game. And it kind of made a big difference to the way they're getting it popping. So salute to the Knicks last night for beating Atlanta the way you did. I thought you would. Give Bo credit. Bo was doing it. Bon Carroll going to be nice. They got a nice young team here, man. I got to give them their flowers. They got a nice young team down there. They're going to be interesting to see. But I think we different though. I think we different. Jalen Brunson just built different, man. For some reason, I never see nobody who 6'1" play like he's 7 foot. This cat literally about 6'1", but play like he's 7 foot though. You know what I mean? I mean his grittiness, his toughness, his foot savvy, his mid-range game. I mean, Jalen Brunson literally can beat you from every angle on the floor. He could knock down a three. He could beat you in the post. He could beat you at the foul line. He could beat you in transition. How you wouldn't think about this here? When was the last time you had a guard like that who could multi-dimensional score like that, could beat you from every part of the court? Think about that. We haven't had a point guard like that in a minute. This cat literally could beat you from every part of the floor. I don't care if it's in the middle. I don't care if it's on the outside, inside, upside, downside, hitting you from every angle, method man, whatever. That cat can beat you from everywhere, and I'm loving that, man. I just think that's a big difference for the Knicks. So let's just hope that this is just not an admiration, that it just keeps going. Keep going. And granted, he's gonna have some games where somebody might give him the business. I mean, you got a guy like Drew Holiday literally could lock down anybody just about. He's gonna have some nights where he don't get it popping. But what I like about Jalen Brunson, if his scoring is not on point, I bet you he had 8 or 9 assists that night. Or he contributed to some rebound. That's what I like about Quickly last night. Quickly did not score a point last night. The cat had like 9 assists, like whatever, 8 assists, 6, 7, 8 rebounds. That's what you're supposed to do. When you don't got your offensive game from a shooting perspective playing, do the other little things. And I like that about RJ Barrett. Even that game against Memphis, he didn't have a lot of scoring, but he did some other little things that kept him in the game and helped us trying to pull that victory out. So if we keep doing them little things that don't show up in the box scores and the hustle plays and all this stuff like that, Obi Toppin, yeah, he only had 10 points last night, but he did some things last night that you might not show up in the box score. And I was happy about that. And so salute to the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau. They're playing pretty good ball right now. And we just got to continue to just keep grinding, man. Just keep grinding and taking one game at a time. Rome wasn't built in one day. I guarantee you, though, we get near the trading deadline and we in contention. I think we stay in contention. I don't see this team going backwards if we in contention going around the playoffs or getting to the trading deadline. I apologize for that. When we get right around the halfway point of the season, All-Star break, trading deadline, if the Knicks is contention, they'll stay in contention. Because I don't see this team, getting lackadaisical or going into a funk. I just don't see it. I don't. From what I'm watching right now, I don't see this team going into a funk like we're gonna lose 6 games in a row, or we might get into a 6 or 5 game losing streak. I don't think so. I think that's over. I think this team is deep enough to weather that. I think they can weather that. And let's see. That's just my opinion, but I'm just kind of going off of what I see and the vibe and the feeling that I see from this team. I don't think you're gonna see this team go the other way. I think they're gonna be competitive all season long. Especially if they stay healthy. If the Knicks stay healthy, with Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein in that front line, holding that front line down, and Randall and RJ and them doing what they do, and our bench still performing. Like last night, our bench and our starting unit, everybody was in the plus. And I think, like I said, we talked about that at the beginning of the stream last night at the pregame. When the Knicks front starting lineup and the bench players are all in the plus, it's hard to beat that team. So, salute to them, because the only one that wasn't in the plus was Derrick Rose. And minus 10, we really didn't even need him. So that's a good feeling to see when our team is clicking on all cylinders and everybody's in cohesion and everybody they're not being selfish. Like I said, that Obi Toppin behind the look pad. I watched that thing about 40 times a day on rewind. And that thing, and when RJ threw that ball down and had that rebel yell, that rocked the guard, man. It was, and then on top of that, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. For the first time I seen it, I land on it and I watched that Lynn Stanley thing. I was like, yo, that was some crazy stuff. That Lynn Stanley little thing they threw out there, and that's how the Garden felt to me when the Knicks is winning. If they get that Lynn Stanley vibe, the way that Garden was erupting, man, when that young man was doing this thing that back in those days, that's what we got to bring that energy to the Knicks this year. Just keep Jalen Brunson and RJ and them got this place on fire right now, and it's only 3 games into the season. We're gonna lose some games. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Michael Ray Richardson, I met Nick Van Fleck, real talk, brother. That I think that's another one point guard that don't get a lot of recognition in the Knicks circle. But Michael Ray Richardson, him and Ray Williams was the real deal. Them brothers was the real deal right there. Good one, Knicks fans. I love me some Michael Ray Richardson, man. So and that cat could really ball it out, man. And that's the way I feel about this team right now. They playing with a lot of grit. That pace is amazing. They running up and down that court. It seems like every time they need to get that ball, they pushing that pace. And that's going to be the difference instead of getting bogged down in the half-court offense and then pitting the ball down to Julius Randle and hoping that he can beat whoever on him. You don't got that this year. You don't even got to worry about it. You know what I mean? Now you're not getting, but the offense not getting bogged down. There's not no knock on Julius Randle, not his fault, because he was the best player at that time, so you had to give him the ball. But with Jalen Brunson, you don't have to kind of bog the offense down in the last minute post up. Keep swinging the ball around the perimeter, and whoever open, knock it down. And that the best shot is an open shot. And now that having Jalen Brunson there, it makes it that easy to get open shots, because now nobody forcing nothing. Julius Randle don't got to force the ball no more, where he got to spin in the lane with 3 people coming at him. No more of that. You ain't got to do that no more. All you got to do now is you get the ball, you don't got a shot, kick the ball back out to Jalen Brunson, let him set up the offense again. And if you don't get the shot, maybe RJ or Fournier get the shot, or Mitchell Robinson get a lob. So I'm really happy about the way the offense is kind of going right now, because nobody's forcing nothing. And so let's see. I hope we keep going, man. Like I said, with lower echelon teams, we get it. It happens, but we beat who you're supposed to beat. You play who in front of you, and we got to feel the same way when we go to Milwaukee Friday night. We got to play who in front of us, and that's what it is. Hey, real talk, Johnny Davis, great point. Salute to my man Johnny Davis, my brother, always in here representing Johnny. Salute to you, my man. Yeah, absolutely. You're 100% right with that, Johnny Davis. It always seems like they in that, man. It always seems like they in that space, and it's right. I love it, man. It is crazy. It really is crazy, man. So I'm super excited, man. I really am, man. I'm giddy about this team. I really am. Let's hope that we can keep going forward and keep moving forward and get better every day. That's all it is. But Mitchell Robinson and the Block Nest Monster last night, dominant. The numbers he put up last night with a little bit more rebounds, that's what I want to see Mitchell Robinson the rest of this year. I think Mitchell Robinson either get to 13, 14 a game with Jalen Brunson here, and the unselfishness and the offensive rebound and the putbacks. I think you can get it. Your piece of the guard, knowledge. Man, a lot of wise piece of the guard. Salute. These cats playing, man. I like where Mitchell Robinson really opposing his will on the boys last night, which I thought he would. Like, they ain't got nothing for him. Wendell Carter Knights, he can't hold no Mitchell Robinson though. And I guess it came to fruition last night. Because I predicted last night pregame that our front line pretty much would be dominant last night. And believe it or not, they were, because them cats didn't have nothing for them. Von Carroll ain't never played nobody in college like Julius Randle. You know what I mean? And they small forward, Wagner Knight, that was RJ Barry he was going up against. He's gonna be a nice young man. Franz Wagner gonna be real nice. So I think overall it was a really good quality team win. We've seen a lot of good things. I think a lot of with more positive outweigh the negative. If you want to say positive and negative on a scale of intent, I'm gonna go 80-20. 80% positive, 20% negative. And the negative was that we got to work on our 3-point shooting and that perimeter defense. But still, we only helped them catch 104. So I do think that overall, the positive outweigh the negative in the long shot. And that ratio right there, I take 80-20 all day. I take $80 over $20 all day. If I had $100 and I gave you 20, I'll take 80. I'm happy with the 80. So that 80-20 ratio was pretty much legit to me last night. So I think that was a good look last night for the Knicks. So overall, we gotta keep banging, man, keep grinding, keep moving, and keep prospering. And we keep representing that city, man. The New York City Gritty Committee is within the building, man, and that's what it is. We just gotta stay gritty. But it's going to be a big test, ladies and gentlemen. The next 10 games going to be something to see. But I think we built for it because if games like these right here prepared that Memphis game to me prepared us for this next 10 games coming up. That opening game against Memphis kind of prepared the Knicks for what's about to come at them. You know what I mean? The Milwaukee, the Cleveland, the Atlanta, the Philly, the Boston, the Minnesota, the Brooklyns. I think that first game of the season kind of prepared us for this moment. So let's hope that this thing to stand for fruition, man. I know y'all guys here's something here by myself tonight, so y'all gonna have to bear with me tonight. I'm gonna have to keep, letting this wisdom just manifest. I'm gonna have to keep letting it flow. That's what I'm gonna have to do, because my man Shy Powell is out, feel a little under the weather. I threw the link in the chat for some reason. I'm on my phone, guys, and it just didn't get in there, so I couldn't get Tim and all these guys in here to come in here and represent with me, man. But y'all know I definitely have put it out there. So let's see, man. And let me ask you guys a question, being that once Nick always put up there, where do you want to see Fournier in the next 20 games? Do you think if Fournier don't get it popping, do you think the Knicks can wait till the half game of the season to think about this Fournier situation if it don't get no better? And granted, the man was playing with feet, but we get it, so he got to take time for him to get his feet back on him. Let's say in the next 20 games, and being that once Nick put out, I want the Knicks to trade Fournier for a money purpose, and know what? And I don't have a problem with that. So do we give Fournier to the All-Star break? I hope that he can get it together by then, or do you think we're gonna get to do like last year and wait till after the All-Star break last year? Fournier started getting into a group, and he did the same thing last year that he did this year. He played for the world team in FIBA in France. So do we wait for that, or do we just say, you know what? We know he's gonna come around. But I do think for $18 million we can get more, especially having Grimes and Cam Reddish there already. I mean, I think those two guys combined only make $6 million, $7 million, and when you put both of them together, they can get you a Fournier, give you on both sides of the ball. So do we kind of just keep hoping that Fournier get his groove? Like I said, this is not. I want Fournier to get his legs back on him, but I understand because the cat he been playing ball since all of last season. As soon as the next season was over, he had to go across seas and get ready to play with the France team. So his legs can be kind of, tight right now or not under him right now. So hopefully he can get it together. But if not, then we had the Knicks organization deal with that when they deal with it. But either way it go, I think he can get it together, man. The cat's a pro. He's a good pro. He can shoot the ball. But I do think that I'm hoping that he can get around because if once he get it popping, then I think we good though. So and that's real talk. I think we'd be all right. And I agree with you once there. I think we're ready. So listen, man, I just wanted to get in here tonight, do the post game recap. Knicks and Orlando mattered. Knicks went down to Orlando last night, 115, excuse me. And 104, we gave them the business, man. We won our game, did what we had to do, and now we move on to the next one. And the next one's gonna be pretty tough because we got, like I said, we got some tough competitors coming up in the next couple of weeks. But we'll see how the ball bounces for the Knicks. And so we're gonna be interested. Y'all guys stay locked in. Let's hope our team come out there and be successful. A lot of get upset a couple of these big dogs. And if we do, I think we gotta be proud of the fan base overall that the way our team is playing. But right now, coming out the gate 2-1, second in the Atlantic Division. So far, so good. They playing pretty good. Salute to Tom Thibodeau and the coaching staff. Salute to Jalen Brunson, Randall. He in his bag. All these guys is playing real well, man. I can't say enough. And R.J. Barris, you seem like he about to get back into his flow. He always starts off kind of slow. So that's definitely something that we definitely could understand. Because but now for him to bounce back the way he did in the second half was good. Chef Sin Nick, salute you, my brother. Real talk. Good to see you, Sin Nick, my man. Salute. Sin Nick been in the building since day one, man. We appreciate you, Sin Nick. I'm glad you went here. I know you're doing well. You out there doing your thing. He said, "Is Kyle Lowry washed? 36 minutes, 7-3-2. Lost Toronto without Barnes. Maybe Miami takes a step back, and Knicks. You know what? Sydney. Let me put this out there. Real talk, and underestimate the team, but I just want to comment on. Sydney, you know what I said to this here? If you look at the Knicks team, match them up against Miami, player for player, position by position. I think the Knicks is better than Miami. Let's go to the, just like you said, let's go to the point guard. Right now, is Jalen Brunson better than Kyle Lowry? Right now, I think so. Then you go to the 2 spot. I don't know if it's Strauss playing a 2 now, maybe for them, Strauss or Fournier. Then you go to RJ and Butler. I think RJ can give you Jimmy Butler numbers. I don't think he probably don't have the spring Jimmy Butler guy, but I do think that position is not like a total mismatch. I think RJ can get 20 just like Jimmy Butler can get 20. Do I think Bam Adebayo better than Randall? Absolutely not. I don't think Bam Adebayo is better than Julius Randle. I think Bam Adebayo was a nice player, but he ain't putting. I don't think he put it. And I think Mitchell Robinson, even if they put Bam Adebayo at the 5. I think Mitchell Robinson always gives Bam Adebayo a problem. Remember that. I think he always gives Bam Adebayo a problem. So I think, and then you look at the depth of the team the Knicks got. I think Hero is nice, but I also think that we got guys on our bench. If Hero, I don't know if they starting Hero this year, Cindy, you gotta let me know. I don't know if they starting Hero. I haven't really checked their lineup. But let's even say Tyler Hero starting this. Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler. Who's at the 4 now? Now that PJ Tucker's not there no more. They got Oladipo and them guys there. I don't know I really haven't checked their team out, Nick, but I still think our team is deeper than theirs, and I think we can compete with them. And I think Jalen Brunson is the game changer. I just think he's the game changer. Now, when you play Miami, Tyler Hero's not a great defender. Jimmy Butler's a good defender. Bam Adebayo's a decent defender. So I think our team is just as good as theirs. And that's why one of the teams that I think that Knicks can deal with in that 6th seed, that 5-6. I think the Knicks can compete with Miami. We'll see when it's time to play them. So I think that's going to be interesting to see moving forward how we deal with Miami and teams like that. But I think we can compete against anybody. I'll be the creme de la creme, the creme de la creme. I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo and all them guys. But I want to see, man. I want to see the next 10 games. Then and then after that, we evaluate where this team is at, what we think they could do, how good they're going to be. But I like where we at right now, though. If we would take home court, we play 41 games at home, so we already won 2 of them. So out of the next 39 home games, if the Knicks can win 30 of them, if Knicks go 30-9 at home, and that's half of your season right there at home, you already got 39 wins, and that's on your home court. If the Knicks take care of home court, I think we might be seeing something different. Just take care of Madison Square Garden. That's it. You got 41 games in the Garden, 41 on the road, 41 at home. You be dominant at home, then the Knicks is a playoff team. And I just can't see it being no other way if they don't. And Lord, you don't know what happens with the rest of the teams during the season. If somebody gonna get injured, or if a team that you thought gonna be this, they not that. You look at Brooklyn right now. Brooklyn got Kyrie, KD, Ben Simmons, and they under 500. You know what I mean? So you never know. Look at the which I don't think they're gonna stay like that. Look at the Philadelphia 76ers, what, 1-3? They ain't gonna stay that way, but that's what happens though. So them teams gonna be beating each other up all the time. We just need to handle our business. Don't even worry about because Boston got to play Philly. Boston got to play the Nets. Let them teams beat each other up. All we gotta do is take care of our business, and a lot of them teams gonna be knocking each other off all season long. But that's what gives me a lot of hope that we can make the playoffs. We'll see how it goes, man. And that's what it is, man. So let's see. I'm excited about it. 2-1. We be on the mall pregame, guys. Tomorrow, 6:00. Knicks will talk pregame show. Knicks against the Charlotte Hornets at the world most famous arena. Let's see if we can replicate what we did last night. Gonna be a tougher team, better team. So even if we don't beat them by a lot, long we beat them. I just want us to protect the Garden, man. Protect the Garden, win at home, and I think that it'd be all good, man. So we'll see. If we lose, then we just live to fight another day. But I do think we come out tomorrow, win that game 3-0 on our home stand. That's pretty impressive for me. And I couldn't ask for much more than that, man. Just keep doing what you do. So listen, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank y'all for coming in. But make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Tell a friend, Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. We in the building, and we will get it popping, man. Oh, really? Hey, send Nick real quick. That's interesting. And Strauss looked like he having a pretty good year, but he, in the summer he was killing it. Send Nick, he was really doing the thing. Hero started last night, but they had Strauss at the 4. So to me, what that tells me that the Knicks, if they play that lineup against the Knicks, all the Knicks got to do is play bully ball. Play bully ball. Just play bully ball. When you go up against Tyler Hero and Strauss, and you got to force your will. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they did last night. The Knicks played bully ball on them young boys. They didn't have that strength to deal with us. So what I do like about what we got, Sin, Nick, and everybody, like when we play big teams, one thing that's really interesting about this team, real quick, let me get up out of here. The Knicks can play any team because they got length. They can go small. They can go medium. They can go large. They got a lot. Even when you play the Cleveland Cavaliers, if they play Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, if the Knicks 1 or 2 for a few minutes, they could throw Mitch Robinson and Hartenstein in there at the same time. That Hartenstein special 4. So I do like the diversity of this team. I call it like comboism. They got a lot of comboism going on. They got guards who could play forward. They got forwards who could play center. If they want to go small, they go to Julius Randle, Obi Toppin, and Cam Reddish, and I mean they just got a lot of versatility. And I'm hoping Ted to keep using these lineups the way he's using them. And I agree with you 100%. Cash out. No cats can't guard Randle. And I think if Randle on his game way he on right now with the acquisition of Brunson and the maturation of R.J. Barrett, we straight. So we'll see, man. But listen, thank everybody for coming in, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all rocking with me. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Y'all cats know y'all the best all the time, man. But listen, I'll be right back on tomorrow, man. Like I said, I'm not in the studio. I'm actually on vacation down in Myrtle Beach, enjoying the beach, me and my wife and everything. So I'm not at home. I'm not in the studio where I got everything popping. So y'all forgive me if I can't put the videos out there and things of that nature. But I'll be back home Friday, man, and we be back at it, man. We be Friday night. We got we got the Milwaukee Bucks, man. And real talk, my man, the Trail Spree, hey Spree, don't give up on your Ravens, man. Hey Spree, you know I'll be checking you out on Twitter, right? Don't give up on your Ravens, bro. And it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. But I know you got a disappointment. But the last couple of games, they've been trying to hold it down, though. Spree out there in the Maryland area, man. He's a big Ravens fan. I know Harbaugh and them got a tough job, Spree. But just hold it down. I think Lamar Jackson's going to be all right. It's early in the season. Let's hope that they get together. But my New York Giants is popping right now. I can't be mad at the Giants right now, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Dable got them playing some good football down here. Salute to them, man. Real talk. We'll see how it goes. And but like I said, man, I'll be back home, man. And Spree, man, the chat is open. The panel is open back up. Feel free to come in. Like I said, I'm on vacation now, but come back in and holler at your brother, man. Spree, well, been supporting the team for Knicks Real Talk for a minute. We appreciate all you guys, man. Real talk, man. Y'all know how we do. Without a chat, that's where it's at. Without y'all, Knicks Real Talk, and that's real talk. So I'm gonna get out of here. Salute to everybody in the chat. My man Spree, thanks for coming in. Salute to you, Cash Out, my brother. You already said, Nick. Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in tonight. JD, Johnny Davis, you already know, brother. Once Nick, always Nick. Salute to you. Peace to the God of all wise. Knowledge, my brother. Met Knicks fan. Let's go. Salute John from Still Knicks fan. Salute to you and Ron, man. My real talk, man. With you guys coming in tonight. Like I said, we keep it moving, man. E. Gibson, salute to you. I want to forget nobody if I can't, if I don't have to. Y'all bear with me 1 minute, man. But everybody, man, let's do it, man. Tomorrow, Knicks got the Charlotte Hornets. Let's get it popping and going, and we beat them cats. E. Gibson, salute. We be all right. Justin King, thank you, my brother, for coming in, man. Appreciate you. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. Canal, my brother, salute to you. Everybody, man. Thanks for being a part of the show tonight. Shop House, my brother. I know. Hope you feel better and be well, man. I'll see you then. And everybody, let's get a big salute to you as well. Thank you for coming in tonight. Tim, sorry that I couldn't get the thing open, man. I don't know what happened with the panel thing button. I'm on my phone. Obviously, you know how that works sometimes when you're on your phone. So pardon me for that. But listen, man, let's get it, man. Knicks Real Talk. Divine, it's your man, man. I'm out of here. I'll see you brothers tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We'll be on a salute to you, my man. Nice. Thank you, my brother. Nice. Good to see you, my man. When you come up in the chat, I know you brothers is live. I know you living. And I know y'all out there grinding and doing your thing. So I'm glad that you came in the chat. At least I know you up there doing your thing, man. You out here, man. So salute to my man, Nice. But listen, man, Knicks Real Talk. It's your man Divine. Let's get it. I'm out. I see you brothers tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Pregame show. Knicks and the Charlotte Hornets. Let's get it, man. Peace.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, I'm dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. The entourage be on the job, my energy. 50 tripping in tempo. As they took my game plan, let my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base, hit the links, Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's airspace that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 Jacksons on the court, looking pretty legit. I say the truth to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine to Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.